President Trump formally announced higher tariffs against more than 60 U.S. trading partners starting next week. The announcement came just hours before the administration's self-imposed August 1st deadline. Scripps News White House correspondent Haley Bull is live at the White House for us this afternoon. So, Haley, how is the administration feeling now that this tariff policy has been announced, but also that it's been delayed a week yet again?
Yeah, Stephanie, we were told President Trump is feeling, quote, great about it. A senior administration official tells us that the administration is fine with where things are, pointing to the amount of revenue they believe tariffs are generating. Now, when we look at this new tariff policy, something that the administration has long touted and previewed, the order sets rates for dozens of countries, solidifying rates with those that has been in discussions with, as well as those that had yet to reach a deal with. And we're seeing rates in this long list from as low as 10% to as high as 41%. Some of the highest rates for places like South Africa, Syria, and Switzerland. Now, for many of the United States' largest trading partners, trade steps had already been announced. Those rates cemented in this order. China not impacted as discussions continue. Mexico has a 90-day pause while conversations proceed. Trump already announced rates of 20% for Vietnam and 15% for the EU and South Korea, with 10% for the UK. Now, with this order, he sets the rate at 20% for Taiwan, but notably in a separate order up to the rate for Canada from 25 to 35% for goods not covered by existing free trade agreements already. And the administration basing that on what they allege is a lack of cooperation from Canada over efforts to stem the flow of drugs across the northern border, which Canada's prime minister noted in response that it accounts for 1% of U.S. fentanyl imports. Now, the announcement marks a culminating moment as Trump has pushed forward a sweeping tariff agenda in the aim of increasing revenue and balancing what he views as unfair trade. And while the White House is rolling out these new rates, Stephanie, at the same time, the latest jobs data is also making an impact today. That data showing 73,000 jobs added in July, while unemployment rose with the largest single revision in decades. And the market reacted with major indices negative to start the day and yields falling. President Trump reacting quickly on Truth Social, calling for the Federal Reserve to cut rates after it did not move to do so earlier this week, though some dissents in the decision. Trump writing on Truth Social, quote, "Too little, too late, Jerome, too late, Powell is a disaster. Drop the rate." The good news is that tariffs are bringing billions of dollars into the USA. This morning, the chair of the Council of Economic Advisors says they didn't love parts of the jobs report, but also pointed to certainty with tariffs. Listen.
Obviously, there were elements of it that we didn't love, but the trade deals are now in place that cover, including the U.S., almost 60% of the global economy. Huge deal for America, like huge investments coming in, commitments to purchase everything from energy to defense products. The One Big Beautiful Bill is now law. It contains enormously powerful incentives for investing in America, for working in America, for locating in America, and these are both going to be massive tailwinds for the economy that are going to create an economic boom coming up.
And now, Stephanie, many of these tariff rates going into effect on August 7th, though for Canada, they take effect right away. And a senior administration official tells us in this 7-day period, the president is still open for conversations with other countries.
Scripps News White House correspondent Haley Bull live for us, covering the ever-moving targets that is the tariffs and trade deals coming out of this Trump administration. Thank you so much for that update.